Hello and welcome to Leyland Albion versus Lower Breck. It is the site of our rivals, the only team before the last game that had defeated us this season. This is Sunday League to Legend. I'm Charlie here on Football Manager 21, and this is a big one. I had this ringed in the calendar for quite some time, ever since they defeated us in the Northwest Counties Cup. Yeah, first qualifying round, it was our first competitive loss, and we were absolutely hammered at home. Jay Colback with 2 goals, as did Jamie Manah. Connor Comer with ours, and he has gone on quite a tear. But it was that loss at Fox Lane which really set the cat amongst the pigeons. We've only actually lost 3 competitive games all season. We're now in December. This may seem quite familiar. We lost in the Build Base FA Vars second qualifying round against Welling Town. To be expected, a level 9 side. We lost against Lower Breck. And in our last game, we suffered a big defeat against the Holker Old Boys. 4 goals for Tom Dawson, 2 for Sean Patterson, really put us to the sword. Connor Comer with 4 goals himself, but we did pick up quite a few injuries. James Wood and Joshua Ade, the big losses. They've only just come back to fitness to take part in the team for today's game, which, as you can see, is away from home. We travel to the Anfield Sports and Community Centre. One thing in our favour is that Lower Breck seem to have been getting rid of a few players. They've certainly got... Oh, they haven't. Right, okay, there's been a few news items saying that they are about to lose players. So I suspect that they are under offer. If we can see that. Yeah, as you can see here, Mooney, he's in talks with other clubs, as is Joshua Malloy. Not quite sure whether they are part of the side. Jamie Henders here as well. Chester Street, Bootle and Hinkley all in. They look substitutes though. I was hoping for a bit more unrest, but it doesn't seem to be happening. One player that we have signed, and you'll see him here, Richard Pell. 4-star ability, 4-star potential. A star player on again, nothing per week, but he is on quite a hefty appearance fee. I think he's on about £35. I thought it was speculate to accumulate, I believe is the phrase, if I can get it right. The other reason I signed him was he's 6'7". I mean, if that isn't an impressive centre half, I don't know what is. He's going to line up next to Dabby's ass, because we do seem to always concede. We haven't kept a clean sheet since our opening game against Garstang, and they had a man sent off in the 3rd minute. So ever since then, I think it's probably a pre-season friendly against Eccleshall, our only actual other clean sheet of the whole campaign. In terms of the league, we are doing pretty well. We're up in 2nd, having played 10 games. AFC Blackpool have stolen a march on us. They've gone up under Stuart Parker. They have really sort of been on a big run themselves. So as you can see, they're only lost to Golka. Other than that, they've been pretty perfect, and they are through to the Northwest Counties Cup semi-final. Let's have just a quick look at who is still to play. Northwich Longridge Town, good to see them there. AFC Blackpool and Barnoldswich. So plenty of good clubs there in. If I had to make a prediction now, I think I've got to give it to Northwich, to be honest. We are going to go to today's game though. There's other fixtures happening in the Build Base FA Vars. Of course, we are not part of that. Plenty of opposition instructions. They want me to change vice captain. I mean, that's not happening, is it? They want to take Bjorn off the set pieces. That's not happening either. My only concern really is the players that have come back from injury. So the likes of old Diego, He's not entirely fit, so he probably won't last the full game. And as a result, we probably need a backup for him on the bench. In fact, I'm going to leave Bjorn out altogether. Let's get Stevenson Gallagher on the bench. Yeah, Richard Pell, probably not at full fitness, but we do have Dave Stanley. He is on the bench. 3 changes we've made. James Wood has dropped out because as old Diego come back in, technically for him, I've moved Barlow back to the defensive midfield role. He's actually not done so well in recent weeks. The board have identified him as a bit of a weak link. So prior to that, it was our fullbacks that the board were quite unhappy about. Both were mentioned in dispatches. But now it is Andy Barlow, who's he's mid-30s, experienced, plays that central midfield stroke defensive midfield role. He's in as a deep-lying playmaker for us, and I do just wonder whether we should be looking at his role to maybe protect the defence just a little bit more. As you've seen, plenty of goals are being conceded. 6 last time against the Holker Old Boys, and they weren't the classic ball over the top, if we're honest. They were low balls, through passes that the 2 strikers were running onto. That is a bit of a worry, if I'm honest, and that's what prompted Richard Pell to come in. I'm also having problems at the moment with Andy Kane, our backup goalkeeper. He seems just to want out, and he's not getting a game because of Conticos in goal. We played Kane in the cup, did not do well. So he's actually one of our earning players. He earns 50 quid a week from us. I'm desperate to get him off the wage bill because that would pretty much satisfy all the financial constraints at the club if we can just ship him out. But so far, twice we've accepted offers and twice he's declined to move in the end. I suspect they're not willing to match his £50 per week wage earnings that he's getting with us here at Leyland Albion. As we see the team sheet, Jimmy McNeil is the manager of Lower Breck. Jay Colbeck is their big player, the one that we've got to keep our eye on, I think. Connor Comer, top scorer in the league is Connor Comer. He's feeling a bit complacent though. Never like to see that from him. He is only top scorer by 1 goal. There's quite a lot of strikers that are doing the business, I have to say, in the Northwest Counties, Division 1 North. So let's see if Pell can be a bit of a moving roadblock for us. At 6'7", that's certainly what you'd hope for. Whether that's the case, we'll soon find out. He's starting actually quite well compared to his teammates, and I can see that we are once again wearing maroon shorts because our opposition is in black shorts as Ede comes forward. Here we go. Can he get a cross in? Oh, he's going to lose it, isn't he? No, he's not. And there's the goal. 20th of the season for Connor Comer. This is an important game for me. I really want to win against Lower Breck. Did not like being knocked out of the Northwest Counties Cup by this outfit. And Comer just coming back into play and just getting his header on target. That's what you've got to do. I think they're just going to check the offside here. Yeah, there's plenty of room there, isn't there? No need for the flag to go up, and it doesn't. One of the things that I do want to establish eventually is the sort of changeable formations and the different tactical approaches. Little flexes. You know when you just go in front and then you need to protect what you've got. So that might mean dropping somebody like Trent Coulter back from his central midfield role down into the deep lying playmaker. But for now, we're going to stick with what we've got. As Forbes plays a bit of an aimless ball upfield. Pell there with the header. And Branch is just going to stroll onto this one. Back to the goalkeeper, Courtney. His ball upfield. A bit of a pinball. Come on, lads. Let's get a foot in here. And it's Walker that does. Oh, tackled by Turner, though. And there's the ball over the top to Jay Colback. Good save, though, from Conticos. I did feel as though that was going to be a goal. Cross in and cleared. Well played by the Albion defence. So we are away from home. We haven't done too bad away from home, actually. Our last game that we lost against the Holker Old Boys was actually at Fox Lane. So, bit of a worry. Ede and Walker, our two wingers, playing pretty well, as is Dabizas and Pell now in defence. Good to see him slot straight in there. Chadderton have taken the lead at Andrew Street. They're up against Nelson. Would be good to start seeing some of the strong sides drop points. The likes of AFC Liverpool, AFC Blackpool, and Lower Breck. They are actually 5th, I believe, in the table at the start of the day. So they've obviously done pretty well for themselves in the early months of the season as Bromley fires the ball in. It's cleared by Ede. Colback is the striker. Look at how far back he is now. Ede cuts it out. Just waiting for the ball to come down. It does at the feet of Coulter. Walker out wide. It's the cross in. Oh, it's McGrath on the counter though. De Castro just holds up the play there, but they've just run into each other. Come on, lads. Jay Colback takes advantage. You'll see it on the replay. The two defenders just run into each other. Here, De Castro. Just look down on the left here. Yeah, look at them. They take each other out of the game. Boys. And then Jay Colback in behind the big man, Pell, I believe. Yeah, he is actually supposed to be man marking him. Turns out that we haven't fixed our defensive problems. If anybody can tell me how to fix this sort of thing, that would be good. As Connor Comer, unsighted by me because we've got a dugout instruction. Old Diego with the corner in. It's a good one. Comer up between, I think, 3 defenders there for Lower Breck to get his header off. His second header of the game. And all of a sudden, we are back on top of the Northwest Counties Division 1 North on goal difference from AFC Blackpool, who they've played really well, actually, AFC Blackpool. I am pleased with the performance so far. That's what we like, a sea of green. If anybody remembers my series from last season, I had Kenny McKenna as my assistant for most of the tenure over at AFC Filed, and he was awful at team instructions. And the team talks, just not getting a response from the lads all the way through. An equalising goal. Niall Maguire? Nail? N-A-I-L-L? Is that Nail? For Nelson, has scored against Chadderton. So it is a 1-1 draw there. And you just get a feeling that Lower Breck are going to get another goal here. Their XG is now at 0.97 compared to ourselves at 0.24. So we probably do just need to freshen things up. But I'm always a little bit nervous doing that when we are playing well. Poorest players on the pitch in terms of their stats. You're looking at Forbes, Barlow. I mean, he's not been involved at all, has he? Barlow. You can see why the board are a bit concerned about his performances. And I'm glad to get old Diego back. Not sure that he's going to make it through the entire game, though. And that's something that we've really got to manage. In fact, if I look at him now, his actual the heart symbol telling you how he's doing, he's not actually doing that badly compared to everybody else. He's pretty much par for the course. Richard Pell's the one that's struggling, but he's having such a good game there. 7.3. Don't think we can replace him. So I'm going to bring on James Wood, even though the advice is telling me to pick Stanley. He's a defender. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to stick with Wood, who's actually done pretty well for us. I do like Barlow for his added creativity, though. You tend to get that. I'm just going to... Oh, I shouldn't have done that just as we go to a highlight. Normally what happens now is we concede, and then I annoyingly see the shout that I've given pop up on the screen here. As Comer goes through, hat-trick goal. No! taken off him there, isn't it? Put out for the throw-in. Coma offside here, and that's what's given Lower Breck the free kick. Forbes goes down the line. Coulter forward to Coma. Can he hold up the ball? No, he can't. It's a big tackle on our number 9. As old Diego now gets on the ball. Good turn by him. Brings Coulter into play. But Ede's, the ball towards him is cut out. Couldn't quite get on the end of it. Ball over the top, and it's a goal. Of course it is. I did say that I thought Lower Breck would get another goal. Jay Colbeck with it. And there you go. The little shout there on the left. Always flipping appears after we've conceded, doesn't it? Yeah, good volley. Goalkeeper really unsighted. But that is a bit of a poor one to concede. Anytime you get a ball over the top, it does tend to just go badly. And at this stage, I'd love to look at the bench and see who we could bring on to make a bit of a difference. I just don't know that there's anybody there. I would like to take Coulter off because I think he's been poor. I think we may move to 4-4-2. Let's get another body up front. Which will mean that our number 8 needs to come off. I think that's Coulter. There we are. So we'll bring on Mike Clarence is our reserve striker. Young lad from the reserve team. Let's see if he can take his chance against one of our rivals. Yeah, they want to take off Pell. It's a tough one. I didn't think he was going to last the full game, to be honest. As here we've got a big corner here from Coma. In it goes. Taylor off the line this time. Well played by him, keeping the score. And a Desmond, a 2-2. Yeah, we should always press Jay Colbeck. And the ball's cleared up. Look at that. Colbeck with all the time and space that he needs. We've been ripped open here on the counter. Jamie Henders. Good goal. We're in a good position though. Absolutely no reason why we should be conceding the goal. Gets suckered in. He's got to keep hold of his man, and Kontakos goes far too far to the right of his goal. Yeah, no hint of an offside. It's tight though, isn't it? It's a little bit tight, but Henders has got it here. I'm fairly sure that I clicked that a moment ago. So the 4-4-2 hasn't done a great deal for us, has it? Not unless we can get something here. De Castro forward, but he's poor, isn't it? Wood to Walker now, and look at that. Lower Breck, first to every ball. De Castro under pressure. Wood takes over. Ball through. It's a free kick. Coma offside. No reason for him to be offside. We've got 5 minutes of added time. It's going to race through. De Castro picks up a booking. Bromley with the free kick. Good effort by him. It's just not happened for us. We were in a good position. 2-1 up. Maybe we need to look at a bit more of a defensively solid tactic. Perhaps playing Wood and Barlow in front of the back four is an idea. And that's it. Full time. We have lost a game again against Lower Breck. Our second loss in succession. We'll just have a quick look at their team over here. Yeah, good performances from the likes of Colbeck, Henders, Cottrell. In fact, right through the spine of the team. Henderson also doing well for them. Our best performer was actually Richard Pell, and I am not happy with that. They may be motivated with that, with the team talk, but it's a bit of a downer for us to lose there against Lower Breck. That's our second loss of the season against the same opposition, and for the first time, it means that we've lost 2 games in a row. These are worrying times at Fox Lane. Don't really want to have to bring in another player. Richard Pell, of course, did fulfil our criteria of approaching us. So he came to us and offered his services, and he was therefore offered a trial. He spent a week with us where we had a look at him. But 6'7". I mean, I really do want to do a bit more work on our set pieces, because basically I want to position him on the near post and aim all corners towards him. Let's see what we can do with a player of his height. But it is a disappointing one today. Never like to see us lose against the same team twice of the season. Yeah, no surprise that the fans have not been too happy about that. In terms of other results, we've got Ashton Town over Daisy Hill, 4-2. Chadderton versus Nelson, we mentioned in commentary. Cleator Moor over Backup. And then Garstang, they crashed to another defeat. Only 4 points on the board for them this season against Golka. Ourselves losing away to Lower Breck. But Bury AFC, only a point behind us now, but they have played 12 with a win over Prestwich. So the next game now is going to be 7 days away when we play Chadderton. But in actuality, that will not be the next game. That we play on YouTube. Let's have a quick look at the schedule. The next one, I believe, is going to be AFC Darwin, all the way in February. So quite a few games to play. I think it's going to be AFC Darwin. Depends on how things go. If we lose the next 4, then chances are we'll put one of those on the YouTube channel. Just because, you know, there's always a chance that I may get sacked. Who knows? If we keep a clean sheet, that would be a vast improvement right now. And that'll certainly be the aim as we play Chadderton in our next fixture. So thank you for joining us today. This is... here we go. Andy Kane has demanded first team football. Basically, he's not getting in. And he is hopefully on his way out of the club. So we'll see if that happens. And I'll update you next time. For now, though, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.